Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is the Treasured Page UK Spring Swap. Thanks for joining and welcome back everybody. We've had a fantastic few weeks of sharing pictures and having some fun, and lots of wonderful messages and beautiful comments have been flying around the place, bringing joy and happiness and sharing that caring feeling that we're all just needing right now. So well done, girls. I think this has been super exciting so far. What I'm going to suggest first off, if you've got your 3 mystery items and you have already posted a picture of a bundle of things, could you make it clear what your 3 items were, perhaps in another picture, so we can see your process and the challenge of this next swap. So this is very special and I'm calling it my giant big swap journal, the Book of Swaps. The Book of Swaps, that's what I'm calling it. And in here I'm going to put all my swaps. So I love the idea that you guys are making some journals and things to put the things that we're going to be making one another. But I just wanted to show you. So on this page I received some bits and bobs from Lady in Australia, all yet to be dealt with, but I've only just completed making the book and now I want to get involved with making the things. So this I had received from Michaela, thank you very much. I decided to do a belly band, so I just wanted to show you that option, to have that, because I've made this into a much bigger journal, which was a bit of a challenge for me, and I just wanted to show you how that looks. I'm really super pleased with it. I absolutely even used a little bit of washi tape there as a tab. So I've used everything that you've sent me. I've got your wonderful letter all in there. It's all kept safe. So I just wanted to show you how I use things that I'm sent. I do treasure them. They are special. And I've absolutely loved what you've done here, and I appreciate what you wrote in your letter, and just I get a real sense of who you are as a person, and I think that's what this is about. So I wanted to show you that I have treasured it. I'm really excited about the next project. Oh, before we jump in, let me tell you what I received. So I've been challenged by Michaela with these 3 things. I have got some very pretty ribbon here, which is a pale baby pink with silver polka dots and silver trim either side. So that's a really good length there. I've also got some ink dyed cotton fabric with a really nice frayed edge, and some book page, which is an index from a book, and it's a very nice thickness to that. And my mind instantly went to covering it. You can all sort of see what you might do, but this is where my mind went, to use the fabric to cover the book page, trim the book page down, so then I've created a cover, and then I can sew in some loose bits of paper and make a mini booklet using this as some form of binding or decoration. And then the other thing I thought I could do is just bring in my flair and put a little cluster on there, and maybe some extra sewing element, or I could slow stitch something on there, or machine stitch something on there, decorate it. I can rip it up and add it to something. Same with the paper. I can collage with the lists are endless. I mean, look what I've done with a tiny scrap there. So you know that could take me years, Michaela. But thank you. So I shall be using some of this to incorporate into the next project, which I will then be passing on. But I think there's plenty there to also make something to keep. Which would be maybe a cluster that I will then put to my journal as a little memento of the 3 things that you sent to me. So there's some ideas for what you can do. It is the 1st of April, can you believe it? And it is also April Fool's Day. I thought in honour of that, we're going to be doing 3 mystery items again, in an envelope, which you can alter. You could maybe do a pouch or a pocket or one of those circle and tie. What are they called? What's that proper name for where you've got the circle and string closures? I want to say gusset, but I don't like the word. So I'm sure there's a much nicer, more professional word for that sort of pocket closure. And put your 3 mystery items in. But in honour of April Fool's Day, one of the items needs to be a bit of a fun or an oddment. It really does need to be an oddment, an oddity. Okay, so 2 lovely things, 1 complete clanger, or something that, I'll give you an example of what I think my April Fool is. So my April Fool item, I was sent, let's see if I can find some. I was sent some charms. I bought them a long time ago, and I've just been digging around and I found them. Can you see? Can you spot? Here we are. This is supposed to be a charm, and it's missing its ring. That, to me, this one is the April Fool of the pack, because I couldn't use it in the way that I'd wanted to. And at the time I was annoyed because I was trying to do a project, and I needed a certain amount. So that annoyed me at the time, and it's remained in my little, I've got a little trinkety tray in front of me, and I thought, oh, well, I'll probably use that for something, but I just put it in there and I've forgotten all about it. And then recently I've brought it out. I thought, well, that's very pretty. And then I remembered it had lost its top. I thought, oh, but there's still something that someone could do with that. That's now a button. It's not a charm, but it could be a button. So that's my April Fool, and that will be going to whoever is on my list. Okay, so you are sending to the second person on the list, and in my case that will be Joanna. You will get the April Fool button. Or I might also add something else in there that you weren't expecting as my April Fools. But there'll be 3 mystery items in an envelope again. Okay, girls, so the project is going to be a little something folder holder. Oh yes, what? I will explain. Have you done a collage? Have you done a project? Have you done something, and then you come to the end of it and you just think, oh, just need a little something to finish it off. If you know what I'm talking about, a little something could be a stamp, a sticker, a ticket, a fussy cut, a label, and plenty of other things I'm sure that we can think of, trim, lace, etc. It's that final finishing piece. And what I want to make is a little something folder holder, like an ephemera holder, if you will. My inspiration for this was this vintage stamp collector's album. It's a bit tatty and frayed. So the inspiration for the project is this. You will need 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a front cover and a back cover, and bound in any way that you choose. The pages need to be sturdy, and these ones are made of card, and the reason for that is to keep the items straight. So what you can do is add pockets, and these have been made from glassine originally, but you can use tracing paper. And so I very quickly run through the other part of that. So we're making ephemera holders, but it needs to be a certain size. And the size is going to be this. You're looking for a 4 1/4 or a 4 1/2 inch. I'm doing it in inches, but that's actually 11 centimeters. By, let's say, 7, the cover will be 7 inches, so that's around 17.5 centimeters. So if you want to note that down, 11 centimeters by 17.5, that is 4 1/4 inches by will be 7 inches with a cover. And I'll show you how I've gone about these. I've covered some card, which is packaging from a cereal packet. So I've cut those pieces out of a cereal, one cereal packet. There we go. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Cover it with your papers. I've gone for a paler colour paper because I thought that a pattern paper could be busy, and I also didn't have a pale, non-busy patterned thin paper. I've used paper to mask the marketing and to just give it that finish that I'm looking for a junk journal style. And what I've done is I've slotted them in, so I've covered it, so I've then captured in, for this is the page edge, it's captured in, I haven't got to finish it, I haven't got to fuss around doing anything with it, it's already contained and in there. So the raw edges are on this side, and that's because I used the inspiration from this vintage book where they've got tape which is captured in the pieces of paper, and then that becomes your page. You would tape down that there and give yourself that page. You'd also have to glue these in position so they don't start sliding about or falling out the end, and then you would tape them in. This is not a requirement at all, this is just the way I'm going to approach it, because that was an idea that I had about wrapping the card, just to give them strength and structure, so that when I put my tracing paper, it could be plastic, it could be, you know, it could be whatever you've got. It's quite nice to be able to see the item through. And it's also quite nice to have nice sort of deep pockets. So that was a stamp one, we have very thin pieces, but it's quite nice to have the wider pockets so that you can put in fussy cuts and tickets and labels and stamps and whatever you can get your hands on. And then you can just see things, you can see things better. That is the idea for that. And then comes the front cover idea. So I found this the other day, which was a mounting board from a photograph. So I've extracted that, and and that's 7 inches in length, and width is going to be determined by my size pages here. So I haven't done a finished piece because I wanted to sort of develop it along with you guys and do it with you. So the idea is to have a peep through front where you will showcase something that has taken some time. So the idea of the treasured page is to slow down and to make crafting time for you, and this project promotes that. So you are looking to make something within your windowed area, and it doesn't have to be this at all. It could be any shape your mind conjures up. It could be a window, it could be 3 panels, it could be anything that provides some sort of peep through to the interesting piece that you are going to showcase. And that is, so we've been looking at texture last time. This time we're going to be looking at a weave or a crossing over of fabrics or yarns or wools or papers. So it can be anything, don't get worried about it. You can do, if you want, because I know we've got a lot of mixed media, multi-talented, awesome women in this group. You'll already, well, Claire's probably already finished it, so I'll be brief. But we're looking for either a weave of paper and fabric, a crochet, a knit, a collage, some kind of twisted yarn or something interesting, and I'll show you what I've done so far. And I'm also going to leave a link to how I went about creating this, so that you can see it doesn't have to be anything too taxing or difficult, particularly if you're under time pressure this month, because we've got Easter coming up and all sorts. So this is how this will be. So you're showcasing something. Could be a slow stitch, it could be some quilting, it could be anything, a picture, a painting, a collage, anything that you can think, but you're showcasing something on the front. So this is going to form your front cover. You can then decorate, well, I shall decorate my frame. I also thought of the idea of ripping out a circle to peep through, so that was another idea. You could protect it with plastic if it's a delicate piece or you've done something special, because what I want this to be is a bit of a workhorse on the desk. I'd like it to be something that you use to coincide with the journals that you make, and so that this will then be useful because you'll be able to open it and find the little something, just that little something that finishes off your final project. Something that you can just grab, and when you open it, you can, oh, this is great. This is a nice little folder that keeps all my things in it. And when you've got your cover, I haven't got a cover here at the moment, you could also put another pocket there, which is a bit bigger for extra bits, and that could also house the thing that you may have to create with the items that you've been sent in your mystery project from a mystery pack or envelope from the last swap. So if you haven't got those out yet, try and get them to the ladies as quickly as you can in your swap partner. But I thought I would weave this into my weave here and put that up close and personal in the center and showcase it, because that I've now incorporated that, literally weaved it into my project. So that's going to be one thing I'll do with it. Then I've got another length here, and I think that I might make my booklet, or I might do some sewing, or I have no idea what I'll do, but I could then include that in the front cover or at the back as a nice little idea, and you can see how that develops. So there we go. It's a little something folder holder showcasing something that you've done that has taken you time to slow down, and presented it on the front. It needs to have 4 pages that are sturdy and a back cover as well. And I'm going to bind it with tape all the way through, and then I'll probably put a bit of fabric on, and then I'll work out how to do my cover. I could do a soft cover, it doesn't have to be a, it could be a wraparound cover, but then I want to just protect whatever I've made here. Loads of ideas. I'm hoping that your idea brains will be firing on all cylinders on this one. And I might want to not cut this down to be this. I might want to make this a bit bigger so that I can have tabs. I could have sections. One says stamps, one says stickers, one says labels or fussy cuts, whatever. Try and maybe even talk to your swap partner and find out what they would use in their hang on, I'll show you the situation that I have here. I found these in a charity shop, not this one. I think they are for wet wipes or something for children. But I've got these, and I can never look. I'm already struggling. I can never find my little somethings. So when I want a label, I have to fiddle around with this, and it would just be, and I don't know where they, and then this happens and they get everywhere, and it's all really annoying. Sometimes it's quite nice to have a rummage around and find the thing that you want, but sometimes it's nice to just open a book and have it all in front of you. And I've got this, which I've made with some card from the works, which was an old marketing thing that got sent from my bank, and here I've added the pockets, and then I can stick all the stickers. Obviously I overfill and overstuff, so I still can't find anything, but I appreciate it's there. I know where they are, and now I've got the ability to just find them, and it's slim. It's not too big. So with the postage, you are going to have a slightly thicker project this time round, but I have worked it out. If you stick with just the 4 pages and a front and back cover, and don't go too chunky with your textures, you should get away with a large UK second class small packet, which I think is just over £1 or just under £2. And that, I think, is what we'll say is the project. So we are doing an altered envelope, 3 mystery items, one of which needs to be your April Fool item. And don't hold back. And the person who receives it can't get cross, because it's part of the challenge, and they will have done it to somebody else as well. You will then have something slightly more complicated to work out for the next project. And then the folder holder for little somethings, the little something folder holder, which must include your original mystery swap items that you have been sent. If you haven't been sent them yet, get onto your swap partner and give them a nudge, and make sure you get your photos out that showcases what you have been sent, so we can see the journey of how you then weave it into your project. And hopefully that all makes sense. If it doesn't, please leave a comment and I will endeavour to explain myself. And what else? So we will be sending this out by or on or for the 1st of May, which is when you will then get the next project announcement. And in the meantime, if you can carry on sending your messages and your wonderful pictures, it's working out extremely well to find everybody on the treasured page, the hashtag, the treasured page UK. So if you put that into Instagram, we all pop up with our photographs, and if you haven't done that yet, that's a great place to put the 3 mystery items, and on the Facebook page as well. So welcome to lovely new members that have joined. Don't feel left out, please don't. Please have a go at this project, because you can customize it yourself and keep it, and then you would have exactly what you want. But put up some photos and get involved. And when I announce the next 3-month swap, which will be in May, right, June, July and August will be our summer swap. So if you would like to continue with the June, July and August summer swap, please leave me a message so that I know you want to carry on, because we have got enough on our list to keep going. If you'd like to opt out, I also need to know that in advance. And above all else, guys, just have a really great time, enjoy it, and settle down, slow down, make crafting time for you. And I will join you at the next announcement on the 1st of May. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye now. And if you'd like to have a look and see how I constructed the weave, keep watching for this small snippet I've tagged on to the end of this video. Hello! So to create the weave, I've used 12 lengths of yarn. I've separated them about 1 centimetre apart, and I've taped them to the table using a low tack washi tape. All very simple and straightforward, no special method. And I've used tweezers to weave the scraps through. I'm using cottons and fabrics and paper and digi kits and just scraps from my table. I'm getting the rhythm of it now. So yeah, really easy with a pair of tweezers. Any old tweezers will be fine. Over and under. So we've had paper, we've got fabric, a little shimmy, push it up, coming together quite nicely. I'll just sort of twist that round so that we can get that black bit there, which works really nicely with the print of the music sheet. Okay, and I'm just going to, I've just rolled that tape down a bit so that I can finish with a stronger, thicker piece, and this is lace, and I'm just working out now that that was over, so that's under, and I'm starting to get the hang of it now with a pair of tweezers. It's a little bit trying to do some work with some chopsticks, but we've managed it. Me, myself and I are very proud of ourselves for getting this weave done, and I hope that you will have your own way of doing things, but if not, this is a bit of a fiddle, but we've managed it. Try not to scratch the table too much, just that last bit there. And to finish it off, I'm just going around with the washi tape and just tethering in all of the little loose edges, so when I peel it up, which is what I want to do now, hopefully it doesn't all just come to pieces straight away. It might slow it down just a little bit, enough for me to just be able to flip it over and then flip it over. That's the other side, so that's not as interesting. And I've got these pieces here, so what I could do is anchor them all down. I want to stabilise the back, and I've just found this packing paper, which we seem to be getting in abundance from you know, Amazon and whatever they send in deliveries. So I'm going to put down, before this all falls to pieces, I'm just going to put down some Fabri-Tac. I think I will do it directly, because I can see we're going to start to have a problem if I handle it much more. Try not to stick the glue pot to my jumper, and just manipulate everything up where it needs to be. That's what I'm left with. And anything feeling a little bit loose can be pulled down. And so what I will aim for is that middle bit. I'm not bothered about the sides. I obviously don't want the washi tape on there. Well, not obviously. I don't want the washi tape on there. So I think now I will start to do some sewing on there. And what I might do is bring some more fabrics in. I've got some Sari silks. Yep, I'm just going to weave through some more texture, trying to keep it flat. I don't want it too bulky. So I got this from an Etsy seller called Happy Black Cat, Creative Mindfulness. I wanted to support her, and she has not disappointed with some beautiful colours, and does lots of speciality yarns, and I think it's really nice to support fellow crafters. I'll go with the peach colour as well somewhere.